is Jodie Foster? What are the Silence of the Lambs star's biggest movies and who's her wife Alexandra Hedison? Jodie Foster is an accomplished movie star and former child actor whose sharp intellect has helped her to succeed from an early age. Here's what we know about the performer and director, who came out at an awards ceremony 4 years ago. Jodie Foster is a 54-year-old Oscar-winning actress who's been working in Hollywood since 1965. She was born Alicia Christian Forster in Los Angeles on November 19, 1962 and is the youngest of 4 children. The name Jodie was a nickname her siblings gave her, and it stuck. Her father was an Army pilot turned real estate broker and her mother was a publicist for the film producer Arthur P. Jacobs, later becoming Jodie and her brother Buddy's manager. Jodie began her career in showbiz aged 3 in an advert for the suntan lotion Coppertone and, being a gifted child, she could already read at that age. She attended the Lycée Français de Los Angeles and became fluent in French, which later allowed her to act in French movies and dub her roles into French herself. Throughout her childhood she took on multiple advert gigs and sitcom roles, before she bagged first major lead in a TV movie Paper Moon, and acted a string of Disney films including Napoleon and Samantha. That movie featured a real-life pet lion, and Jodie was grabbed by it on set, leaving permanent scars on her back. She made her transition to adult movies after playing a teen delinquent in Martin Scorsese's Alice Doesn't Live Here Anymore, which led to him casting her as a prostitute in Taxi Driver. 3 of Jodie's biggest movie roles came in 1976, Taxi Driver, Freaky Friday, and Bugsy Malone. They were all substantial parts, as a child prostitute who befriends an unhinged man in Taxi Driver, as a daughter who swaps lives with her mother in Freaky Friday, and as a gangster's ma in Bugsy Malone. She took a dozen more roles in movies before receiving major recognition for playing a victim of gang rape in 1988's The Accused. Jodie won Best Actress at the Oscars for the movie, and 2 years later she played the role that defined her career in Silence of the Lambs. In the acclaimed horror thriller, Jodie took the role of FBI trainee called Clarice, who plays a dangerous stance with cannibalistic serial killer Hannibal Lecter, played by Sir Anthony Hopkins, in order to track down another murderer. The movie earned Jodie her second Best Actress win and is also considered to be the only horror film to have won Best Picture. Jodie almost didn't get the part as Clarice because the director wanted Michelle Pfeiffer, though she turned down the role after quibbling over the film's subject matter. However, 10 years later Jodie opted not to return for the 2001 sequel as she felt the story was a betrayal of Clarice's character, seeing as she joined forces with Lecter. The role was handed over to Julianne Moore. Silence of the Lambs might be considered the peak of Jodie's career, though she has also impressed with her performance in Panic Room, playing Kristen Stewart's mom, as well as Now, Contact, Anna and the King, and Flight Plan. Jodie is also a director and has made movies Little Mandate, Home for the Holidays, The Beaver and Money Monster, as well as directing a 2017 episode of Black Mirror, Archangel. Her movie project Flora Plum, which she was trying to make around the time of the Silence of the Lambs sequel's release, never got off the ground. Since 2014 Jodie has been married to photographer and L Word star Alexandra Hedison, 48. They began seeing each other in October 2013 and Alexandra is an ex of TV chat show host Ellen DeGeneres. However, she has never come out as gay or lesbian, despite addressing coming out at the 2013 Golden Globes while receiving the Cecil B. DeMille Award. During the release of Silence of the Lambs there was protest about homophobia in the movie and much speculation about Jodie's sexuality, but she did not respond to it. She is a mother to 2 sons, Charlie, 19, and Kit, 16, who she had during her relationship with film production coordinator Cindy Bernard, who she met in 1993. The star broke up with Cindy in 2008 after a 15-year relationship, and it was reported at the time that the split was down to Jodie's relationship with filmmaker Cindy Mort. Despite the split, Jodie acknowledged Cindy in her Golden Globes speech, saying, "There is no way I could ever stand here without acknowledging the deepest loves of my life." my heroic co-parent, my ex-partner in love, but righteous soul sister in life, my confessor, my ski partner, consigliere, most beloved BFF for 20 years, Sid Bernard. Thank you, Sid. Because she grew up in the spotlight, Jodie is a famously private person.